Backyard boys are back.
Backyard boys are back. It doesn't feel like fall, Jacques, but it definitionally is fall.
It is literally fall, but I am a little bit warm.
I'm warm, I'm toasty. We've passed the equinox though. It's early October.
Rip.
We're back in the test garden. We have a grab bag of chores to do today because the garden, I wouldn't say it's looking bad, it's just looking like fall. This video is sponsored by Shopify, but more on that later. So we're here in the test garden. We're gonna kick it off by cleaning this up just a touch. We have some very fun and exciting experiments planned.
Oh yeah.
But to do it, we gotta get this ground in a state that is worthy of a test. So I see some mallow here, I see some junk in the back.
I see my sweet potatoes, which I don't think actually worked. So
we're gonna find out.
That might be on me.
We're gonna find out because it's pretty much too late to keep these growing. You could let them grow and die, but like if these were a lot bigger, Jacques, like foliage-wise, I would say let them die off and really see what you got, but they're not big enough. Let's just see if there's anything else. Why don't we kick it off with that? I'm a little curious.
I'm also curious. So technically, Paul and I planted these. This was supposed to be an experiment.
It was a surprise, I believe, right?
It was not a good experiment. It was not a good
You want to do the honors or?
Do you want to dig or dump? Should we dump these?
Let's dump first.
All right.
Okay, I'm feeling like...
There's nothing there. I think mine is gonna have a better chance.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's actually surprising.
Look, that's not bad.
Oh, dang, maybe we should have left these. I mean, I doubt it.
I don't think they would have sized that much
sun.
more. The thing is, if there's not a lot of foliage... Wait, really?
Dude.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
For a short period and for such a small amount of leaves.
That's actually not bad.
You know what? I'm gonna count this as a success out in the end.
I would say that, specifically that. Even this is a success to me.
Like, this is not bad because it's only been in the ground for like
a couple months.
I think it's even been 3 months.
It's not. It's been
sweet potatoes are a long season.
3 months max. Here, let's dump them all here on the pathway.
Yeah.
I think you knew which one was better because you gave me this little. I mean, these are.
I think the record will show on camera. They know you walked up to that bag. It's not a good.
You want to do the honors or? Remember last time when we found that the seeds pop out? So look at this. I'm pretty sure this is just part of how a loofah functions. When it gets dry enough, this actually separates, and that would allow the seeds to fall out. I've seen this on every fully dry loofah. So I'm pretty sure this is just part of how the loofah grows and part of how it spreads its seed.
Yeah.
But let's see. This boy is really dry, Jacques. But it's still peeling really nicely. So with a little bit of extra effort, should be able to get a nice shower sponge out of these. Take a look, Jacques. It's not bad, right?
It's actually not bad, no.
See how easily it's flaking off?
Remember those ones we grew? I think I gave you the seed.
It was the green one.
Terrible.
It was the green one.
Terrible.
Kevin's not here right now. Machete boy's here. It's been a couple years since we whipped this boy out.
This is where we inaugurated them.
It is.
When we did that
Swing, swing.
chop and drop.
I'm gonna do a little bit of chopping on this just to cut it back, but what were you saying?
I was wondering, should we actually mix this in or should I get it out of here? Do you not want all this perlite up in here? It's fine, it's just
I'd say at least rake it over about a couple squares worth so it's distributed, but shoveling it out.
Too annoying.
Too annoying, yeah.
Yeah, all right. All right, while you're doing that, I'm gonna pull these weeds out. Do you wanna eat these? It's purslane. I know you're big on purslane.
I do like purslane, but not today.
Not today?
Not today.
Okay.
I do like it though. You know, the way to play it is you pickle it up with carrots.
Oh, I've never had it pickled. I've had it sauteed.
To me, it's best pickled.
Okay, this is mallow. It is also technically edible. And then this is the purslane here, which is like kind of a semi-succulent, and it is a culinary thing. So you can totally eat this if you wanted to.
Uh-oh. I think I got my...
Oh, that big boy.
This is my sponge of the year. This is a really nice looking one, Jacques.
That is actually substantially larger than the rest too. A lot of seed.
Little rattlesnake.
You got it again.
That's not yours.
You got it again.
You can't. Not a bad amount of biomass, Jacques.
Very impressive.
Bunch of loofah to turn into sponges, and also a couple sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
So not that bad.
A little bit of a harvest.
Not that bad. I would say good job to you guys. We have some potting up now to do. So the fall garden is in flux. There's a lot of stuff we're starting. We want to talk you through some of the stuff we're starting, why we're starting it, and just see if there's anything to pot up, and you might even get a sneak peek of a new product or two in there. We'll see.
Interesting.
Jacques, it's been a while since I think we've both been in this greenhouse in fall at this time of day, which is, to me, one of my favorite seasons and one of my favorite times of day, specifically to be in a greenhouse. So we got a lot of fall stuff started, but before we get into that, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Shopify. Shopify is best described as a commerce platform. It is a way for you to make the process of selling goods and services to your customers, to your audience, very, very simple. In fact, I've used it for 7 years at Epic Gardening and Epic Homesteading, and it is without a doubt the #1 most important piece of software that we use to run our business and support our over 80-person team here at Epic Gardening. As an example, back in the early days when I first started selling Birdie's beds to you guys, both Jacques and I would log into Shopify, check orders, make sure we were dealing with your concerns and questions about your order, shipping, sales tax, all the different things that make online business difficult, Shopify makes easy. So believe me when I say, without it, you probably would not be watching this video. It is that important to how we run our business here at Epic Gardening, which is why I'm very proud to be sponsored by Shopify. So if you want a free trial, you can check out the link in the description or go to shopify.com/epic homesteading to start your commerce journey. So what do you think? I mean, we've got a lot. It almost looks like summer or spring, don't you think?
What I was noticing is that you really have your seedlings like really sized up here. So these are looking quite large, like almost like nursery status. So I think you've been juicing these guys a little.
Well, we might have. Well, I will say, like the thing I got disappointed with when I started gardening, and started my own seeds, right? Because you start gardening, you buy seedlings, then you start your own seeds. And they never match up to what the nursery has, ever.
They never get that big.
You start to think you're an inadequate gardener. The truth is, they're juicing.
They're juicing.
I mean, they got, I'll show you.
Hey, like it's legal?
It's legal. It's legal in the world of plants. Something even like this works. This I've been using on, actually, I do want to show you a couple of my houseplants. But I've been using on my houseplants is the Asoma Indoor. This is probably my most prized possession.
That is your namesake.
Yes.
I don't know if it's that direct, but
well, let's
you
say
share a name.
We'll say that it is. This is the Philodendron Espiritu Sancti. So this is the one we went up to the San Diego Botanic Garden a while back. We talked to John Clements there.
Oh yeah.
And they have a much more sized up version.
Like a giant one dangling from the
So these leaves would be maybe almost to the floor. Wow. They're that big.
Is that like do you know if it's a function of age or like the pot or everything in between?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Like I could get this bigger with us in the same pot if I perfected the conditions.
I see.
Perfected them.
Yeah.
Right.
It looks healthy though.
That's why I've got the pole. Yeah, it does look healthy. So I got this from a little cutting. It was this.
Okay.
One leaf, one stem. You know, just nothing. And now it's sized up to this size, which is pretty gnarly. So I built moss poles for all these. I don't know if you've ever messed around with this, Jacques.
I haven't really messed around in the houseplant world.
It's kind of a fun way to do things.
Katrina does it at home.
Grab my
so she's really into it, but I like them. I like licking them in the home, but we've come to a point now where I barely let her touch the garden.
Yeah.
It's kind of my baby.
She needs something, right?
I'm going to leave them to you, and honestly, like, the houseplant game is a little different.
It is.
I think there's less things to do as often.
I think that's true.
So I feel like I'd kill them by doing too much.
I think that's true. I mean, look at this. This is my Cebu blue pothos. So this is the pothos that
It's a pothos?
hails from the Philippines. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what?
There's other pothos, but I've never seen one like this.
There's actually so much debate about the pothos family. Like they keep reclassifying some of the names, the Latin names of some of these plants. So don't kill me if I got this wrong. But this is Cebu blue pothos. To me, it's not blue, but it does have a nice, more angular look on the leaf than like your classic. Like this is Brazil.
Okay.
So this is a little more heart-shaped, you know, a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a slight blue tinge to it.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
It's like bluish, like haze or something like that.
And so what's the deal with the moss pole? Because I actually don't know much about this at all.
So the moss pole is for plants that would climb, are semi-epiphytic in their normal environment.
They climb on a tree.
They would climb up a tree, but you don't have a tree. And so you can see right here, it wants to climb by putting these roots out. As just, it's exceeded, right?
See.
So it can't. But if you look, I've tied this to the pole.
Okay, so they don't like climb on their own necessarily?
They do, but you can help them climb even faster.
Oh, okay, I can see the roots right
You
there.
can see where the roots want to come out, so you can probably spot one somewhere along this line. But yeah, they do want to climb. Like actually, look, there's the perfect example. See that right there?
Oh yeah.
See how that's digging in?
there.
Like that's in.
Yeah.
And that's not even tied up.
Yeah.
And that's like actually way more in than some of the tied up ones. But anyways, the moss pole is really fun. It's just vinyl wrapped wire in a cylinder, and you just stuff in sphagnum moss.
Something.
That's all you do. No, you got to use sphagnum moss because look, like I use coco coir.
Oh, it all just kind of fell out.
It just rinses out, right? And so this one, not my biggest success, but
That's cool.
there's a couple fun ones
Do
in
you
here.
ever think you're gonna get these? Are you gonna try to like rescape your indoors?
I think
or
so.
Do you have fun like just having them in here right now?
This environment's better for them because the heat and the humidity.
I see.
I don't have it indoors. I don't have the light indoors. The other big one that I'm really proud of is actually right here.
This guy.
This is my Monstera Thai constellation.
Yeah.
So this one, it doesn't look good because it needs a bit of a
Dust bath.
little
or
leaf
clean dust.
shine, you know. But this one I got as a cutting as well as one leaf.
That's beautiful.
One leaf. So
I do appreciate the houseplants. I'll tell you that much.
yeah. And this, you know, you'd think a variegated plant wouldn't do that well in this environment, but it's beautiful. I mean,
It's one of those
really,
interesting things, right? Because like
Yeah.
it's a house plant, so you would think that out here in a greenhouse it wouldn't thrive.
it would roast maybe.
right? But
It's not.
They're just totally adaptable to such a wide range.
Yeah, it's not. It's doing really well. There's a couple other fun ones in here. This is the pink princess philodendron right here.
I'm actually impressed that you know all their names.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there's an era before your time
Yeah, that's
where
right.
some of you might remember. I wrote on the Epic Gardening blog. I go to this little coffee shop. I wrote 250 articles on houseplants. Boom, 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 boom. You know, and then I did a couple unboxings way back in the day on the Epic Gardening channel. You can find them. They're super fun. Where you could get a grab bag. There was a company called Josh's Frogs. They usually sell frogs and amphibians and
okay.
stuff, but they sell aquatic or non-aquatic plants for the frogs. So you could just buy like 20 randoms, and then you'd unbox them and see what you got.
that'd actually be fun.
It was super fun.
Maybe
yeah.
we should do that with seeds.
We should do that with seeds.
You guys want to do a little
Yeah.
grab bag?
So let's get back to the world that we both know a little bit
I know
better
this one
these
better,
days.
for sure.
So, a couple fun things that we've got going on. We have all the fall flowers here. I don't know anything
I'm
standing
a little
out.
bit jealous here because you have the lupins.
Yeah.
And I love lupins. I'm a little bit worried because they're considered like the entire plant's considered toxic to pets. And so I've never seen my dog just eat a random plant.
Yeah.
But I'm too scared to even try really.
I'm excited we have echinacea.
I actually got machinacea to start going, and that it's a tricky one because they start off really small.
It's challenging.
And they tend to die before they actually emerge.
Yeah, it's challenging to
that's
start
a
from
good one.
seed, so I'm happy to see that we've got that.
Yeah.
We've got some nice marigolds. We got
Tons of
some,
beets over on this side too.
yeah, black-eyed Susan. We got some calendula. We have the zeolites calendula.
Oh, that's my favorite.
You know, that was a really nice one. And then,
no powdery mildew yet.
not yet, not yet. Well, you know what we do have is, you see this, like,
Yeah.
you'll notice this, guys, on your seeds. If you start, you'll sometimes see this green. That's just algae. So that means that I have juiced it because I put some fertilizer in, right? And then it's using that fertilizer, which mostly nitrogen and air, and it's creating more algae. And it's, you know,
Yeah.
so to solve that, you would either block the light, or you'd scrape it off, or you'd water it a little bit less. Like those are the
Let
ways
the
to solve
surface
it.
dry out basically.
Yeah, exactly. But over here, kind of has some interesting new things.
Oh, that's fun.
This.
I haven't tried mine out yet. I do have them though.
Take a look. So you know this is our 16 cell, guys, but we're trying something
cool.
because the 16 cells can be sometimes a little difficult to pop out, right?
Yeah.
So we thought, what about some plugs? So this is a beta product that we are maybe going to launch, maybe not. We'll have to see what you guys think in the comments. I personally like it.
Yeah.
It brings me back to the hydroponic days.
I
There
have
was a
messed around
product.
with them a little bit.
Yeah, there was a plug.
Root riot or something.
Something like that, where you could just pop it in. And for hydro, that was really nice because you didn't want soil.
Right.
If you had to wash the roots off with soil and then put it in, you'd get your reservoir all messy. So I don't know. For
I
me,
kind of like the tall ones because
You
at
can
first
just-
I thought they looked silly,
yeah.
but like, why does it matter if it's flush? It doesn't matter to me. I just want to be able to pluck them out really
So
easily.
we've got these ones for the
So I'm not mad
sixes
at that.
too. And you would think like maybe the germ would be bad because the hole's open, but
That's
it
what I
doesn't.
thought
It doesn't
too,
seem to be,
but-
because look how much water these guys hold on to.
Yeah.
They hold on to quite a bit of water, and you already know that if it doesn't fit flush, I don't think that's that big a deal.
I don't think it doesn't personally bother me. I'd be curious to see what other people think.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say is that when they're ready, these are still early, you'll actually see all the roots kind of exploding out the sides.
Yeah, and then you can actually just hand plant this directly in, and this actually will go away, unlike most of the stuff that is sold that says it will.
Yeah, I've had the
Right.
kind where it's like a little puck that expands and it has this plastic mesh.
That mesh
I
does
can
not go
still
away.
find that mesh because I grew it the
Yeah.
first year I started my
Like the
garden.
Jiffy peat pot.
The Jiffy pods.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm still finding those meshes out there.
Yeah.
So I don't like that.
I'm not a big fan.
But I like this. I like your basket collection.
Man.
And I see you're playing around with the wooden tags again.
We're going
still
back to
messing
wood.
around with like forever tags and plastic tags and wood tags. All of them are good options.
I have to say, right now, I still like a white plastic tag because I have
Really
space
pops.
to write.
Yeah.
And I can see it. And what I know is when I'm sitting in this much water all the time, like if I
Yeah.
take this out, like
it's already hard to read.
it's already gonna
And
hard
the
to read.
algae starts to grow on it. You can see right there.
It starts to decompose.
Yeah, and you won't be able to read it.
Which is fine. That's the point. But not if I can't read it by the time I plant
Yeah,
it. You know,
it's like if you don't care about tracking the variety after the fact,
yeah,
totally fine.
So I met a gardener who doesn't care about variety at all. My friend Mike, Pro Home Cooks.
Oh, okay.
We have a tour out on the channel pretty soon here. He just grows. He doesn't care the variety at all. So if he has tomato seeds, he's just planting them.
Oh, okay.
He's not concerned.
I respect that,
I respect it. I thought it was.
I can't do that. I don't know why.
Well,
it's like a,
you know,
I don't know.
I don't think we could get away with it.
I don't think it works in our head.
It works. It works for him. It works for him.
Like I literally can't imagine you.
There's no way.
No. Like
There's no way
if
I
you
would
weren't
not.
doing videos or anything.
No, I would know every single variety every time. Yeah, you have to. I mean, but
For me, it's part of the fun.
For me, that's part of the fun.
Yeah,
Exactly. So yeah, I've got some of that going. I do have some onions started. We're gonna
Shoot, I haven't started any of my onions.
We're gonna get some onions though.
Yeah.
Because I will say, like, I had the best onion crops. The last 2 years were my best 2 onion years. You had a really good one. I think this year even.
Mine was better than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And expanding.
So we've started to crack onions here in our climate. I will say that I prefer seed started onions.
Yeah.
I think I get the best results out of those. The next best preference for me would be onion starts, like seedlings in bunches
Yeah.
that have been unrooted,
Yeah.
right, out of the
They're
soil.
like bare root onions.
I guess it's the best way to put it, because there's really 4 ways you could grow them. You could grow them from pure seed. You could grow them from sets, which are the young bulbs.
That's where you're planting like a teeny little onion.
Teeny little onion, which that's my least favorite.
Yeah, apparently that's always the worst in terms of yield.
Some
That's
people,
what I've heard,
some
at
people
least.
have a good experience with it, but to me, I don't get it because really, onion's a biennial crop, right?
Yes.
So what you're doing is you're stopping it at the very start of its first year, like halting it for quite some time, shipping it, and then you're just expecting it to restart itself. And to me, it does work, but again, like seed grown is the best.
Bigger onions.
Then there's 2 other ways you can get them.
I don't know the other 2.
So this is my nuance. The second way you can get it is at the nursery as seedling onions.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But the third way, which is my second favorite, would be the way that you got it for us last year, which would be
yeah. The bare root,
bunches of bare root onions, which is, I guess that's really the best term for them.
I can't think of any other.
Because you get them like in wet paper.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like
they come out
they
shipped.
grew these out until they were like pencil thickness, and then they dug them out and shipped them to you.
Yeah, and you get like a rubber banded bunch of them, and it's honestly pretty affordable, and that's where we got some of our classic episodes, the Onion Boys episode that we had here on the
over the
channel.
shoulder?
Over the shoulder, you know, eyes up here, eyes up here, you know. So we had some really good onions, but anyways, I'm excited about it. I always like for onions to have seed grown, and then the backup is the stuff that you tend to order.
Yeah.
So
And then I like this. I'm gonna just call out one more. The seed potato.
the seed potato.
Actual seed.
Yeah. So this is the Clancy potato. This, we've told this story a bunch of times, but I met the breeder. 20 years to grow this potato. We do offer this seed at Botanical Interest, so if you're curious and want to experiment with something fun, it's just an experiment.
Yeah,
you know?
I will say I'm very curious to see. I want to ask Potato Ty, the potato man himself, what he thinks about this.
Yeah, we'll have to see. A little sneak peek. We do have a special guest coming here soon to the homestead. My friend Ty Heppel, one of the biggest potato growers in Canada, will be here actually for a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the 3 of us get up to. But thanks for joining us here on Epic Homesteading. Good luck in the garden. Thanks to Shopify for sponsoring the video. Free trial in the video description. Super important tool for what we do here at Epic. We hope you like it too. Good luck in the garden and keep on growing.
Do you think spiders sleep?
Sleep?
Yeah.
I don't actually know. I always wonder where all the birds go when they sleep.
Yeah, really though.
Like, how do I not see you? I've never
Right.
seen a sleeping bird.